first, of course, we have the desire. And in this video, the desire today is the new home. Since we know the desire, our task is to become vibrational, energetic matches to that which we desire. And we desire a new home. Wise tribe. What's the vibes? A book, wise tribe. What's the vibes? Happy Wise Wednesday. What's up, you guys? If you're returning, what's up? What's the vibes? Thank you for being here. You know I love and appreciate your energy so much. And as always, we're going to use your time wisely. And if you're new, what's up? I'm Shariya Wise. I'm a being who creates to inspire high vibrational and high frequency living. So as I actively create my perception of heaven on earth, I share what I can and we evolve and get better together. Yes, ma'am? So you guys, big Wise Wednesday today, big video, because as you can see from the title, we are clearly speaking about and discussing how I manifested my new home, this amazing space that I get to call mine, that I easily afford and maintain, and how I got here. And I was doing some thinking, and I was honestly like, you know what, it's gonna be a pretty lengthy video if I choose to share every single thing of every aspect that got me up until this point. So we're gonna do it in parts, starting with how I transformed my spiritual being to get me to manifest this new home. Or maybe that was someone outside. But yeah, it's so new that I still gotta get used to certain sound. But anyway, you guys, so let's really talk about it. I'm gonna share some things that I have done to get me to the state of being where I am clearly a vibrational match to this new home that I've manifested. Let's talk about it. So first, of course, we have the desire. And in this video, the desire today is the new home. Since we know the desire, our task is to become vibrational, energetic matches to that which we desire. And we desire a new home. So when I was thinking about how I transformed my vibrational and energetic being to become this match, I really had to go back years. And when I say years, like I had to go back 4 or 5 years in my old journal and really tap back into the former state of being of myself that was just getting on the precipice of realizing that I wanted to move. I desired a new home. One of the first and probably one of the most important things that I did on the journey of becoming a vibrational energetic match to this new home is I scripted. I wrote out everything that I desired in my next home. And when I scripted in a way where I was calling in and writing in the present tense about the home that I would be living in next for the next level of my journey, and not necessarily a home that's like, you know, 50,000 acres, a mansion. I specifically was scripting for the next stage of my life. So I wanted to ensure for myself that I gave myself a suitable goal. And so I wanted to ensure that I was scripting for things that I absolutely desired. However, they were an upgrade from my then current situation, but it wasn't a super huge jump from my last situation to a mansion. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason that it's important on this journey of manifesting a new home to write down what it is that you're desiring in your home. So for example, where's my book? I'm gonna actually go ahead and get my book for y'all so that y'all can get an example. So here is my manifestation, energetic, vibrational book, whatever you wanna call it, right? And in this book holds the most recent script of my home that I'm in now before I was here. And so there's been many versions of me scripting details of my home, because as I become more knowledgeable and as I evolve, what I see for myself in my next home also changes and evolves. And so I would script with the change of my being and my desires with my new home. And so, for example, in my most recent script for this new home that I'm in before I was here, I wrote some, let me find a short few sentences of what I wrote and how I wrote them so that you can understand and overstand how we're gonna write these scripts, right? This apartment has modern and luxury finishes, white marble countertops, wood floors, white cabinets, a large island, a spacious living room, a spacious balcony, and a spacious bedroom. The bathroom is huge with dual entrances, a soak tub, and a standalone shower. closet, a gas stove, and over 700 square feet of space. My community is also pet friendly, etc. I'm not gonna go ahead and read everything, but I wanted to give you a tangible example of how you're gonna be writing your scripts. And the reason that it's important to write your scripts, one, is that you really get it on paper. And once you get it on paper, that now instills energetically within you that you are now on the journey of, one, doing your part to become a vibrational match to this desire, which is the new home. And two, you're getting very clear in yourself what it is that you're actually working towards, what you're actually doing your part to achieve. Now, another reason why it's very important for you to script your journey of your new home in the present tense as if you already have it is because what I did frequently, and I mean multiple times a week, there was actually long durations, different durations, but long durations where I would be visualizing this in my mind every day, right? And so frequently, there's never been a week where I missed this visualization. It might not have been every day, but at least 3 to 4 times a week, I was seeing this in my mind's eye for an extended amount of time. And the more I did it, the easier it got to see in my mind's eye because it's just muscle memory. And so the things that you write down for your home, you wanna see it in your mind's eye. So if you don't already, I so recommend starting a mindfulness practice. I'll put some information about mindfulness and videos on that in the description. But mindfulness is really important because mindfulness is the tool that allows you to shift your vibration to whatever you want. Because it does take muscle memory, it does take consistency, and consistently affirming to your own state of being, to your mind, to your programming, and to the energy and world around you that you are becoming whatever it is that you're visualizing, right? Because when you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand, but it will always first be seen in your mind. And so when you write down these scripts, now you have something that you can actually tell your mind to start to picture in your head. And you may not see the whole entire thing on your first visualization, but 30 visualizations in, you will have a strong picture of the home that you are manifesting for yourself. When you see these things in your mind, your subconscious mind is remembering it. The more that you affirm by reading your scripts and then you visualize your scripts, your subconscious mind is consistently seeing this image. And now because your subconscious mind is becoming programmed to this image that you are constantly and consistently visualizing, your 3D reality will begin to become tangibly in alignment with what it is that your subconscious mind is now being programmed to. And your subconscious mind being programmed is you shifting your vibration to match and to be a fit for what it is that you desire. Now, those 2 steps, in my personal opinion, are the easiest steps because we really gonna have to get down to the nitty-gritty with reprogramming our self-worth, our self-love, what we feel like we deserve, what we feel like we're capable of, our esteem, our confidence. We have to release energetic blocks, vibrational blocks, subconscious blocks, and we have to cultivate a state of being of natural gratitude. I mean, strong, steadfast gratitude in the good, what we perceive as good, what we perceive as bad, what we see as obstacles and lessons and this and that. Gratitude for everything. A few months prior to me leaving my previous home, I remember being in a state of bliss, in the same environment where I used to feel so much pain and agony and desperation to leave and escape. The last few months prior to me leaving, I was content. I was happy. And to be honest, nothing really changed in my outside world as of yet, but my internal being had transformed to be constantly grateful. By me expressing that gratitude, that naturally put me in alignment to easily focus on things that were bringing me gratitude, aside from the things that were bringing me annoyances and pain and sadness and despair. I chose to consistently train myself to focus on everything that's bringing me gratitude, and because of that, my focus was showing me more things to be grateful for, to the point where it was like, you know what, I'm blessed. I may not be where I want to be. I may have certain stressors in my current environment, but I acknowledge that this is a part of my journey. This is showing me where I am vibrationally, because our physical reality can only reflect what we are internally, right? And so because I was feeling so much bliss in my internal state of being, I also knew consciously that my desires weren't too far away from me, because I was also looking at the desires that I already had with me. Not the desires that were once desires and I really wanted and I got them and I kind of, put them, the appreciation that I had kind of went away. No, like the things that I wanted, that I manifested in my last home that I got, I was grateful for. And I started to just hyper focus on everything that was going well for me. And how you're able to do this, right? Because it's really an internal shift. You want a new home, that's great. I wanted a new home, that was great. But I had to change my internal state of being, my mind, my emotions, how I process my emotions, how I see myself to myself, right? How I see myself with my esteem, how I'm expressing my esteem, the true levels of my esteem and my self-love, and how I'm taking care of myself, right? Like, I really had to change the focus of what was important to me, right? And so in the moments of me leaving, in addition to me feeling this bliss, another thing that I was so steadfast on, and I'm still steadfast on to this day, is I take care of myself. Like, physically, vibrationally, I take care of myself. I indulge in self-care practices. Skincare is my favorite thing to do, because I get to be in a state of being where I'm doing what I can, where I'm at, to give myself the satisfaction and fulfillment of just being, of just living, of just being alive, romanticizing everything, right? And so back to getting down to the nitty-gritty, upgrading our self-worth, what we feel like we deserve, also upgrading and transforming our relationship to tangible things such as money, doing our part internally via mindfulness to change how we look at money, seeing money as not so much of a necessity that we need and that we really need, but more so as a tool that allows us to express the more authentic versions of ourselves, to help us express a version of ourselves that have more depth, because money is energy, and because we have more money, we have the energy to do so, but not because we need money, because if we don't have money, then we don't feel like we're worthy of something, because the money you have and the worth you have are not synonymous, right? It's a huge internal transformation. So let's talk about how we even do that, how I was able to do that. And you know what? I think it's important for me to take a second from all the steps that I'm giving to give a quick backstory, you guys. I used to have very terrible self-esteem. I had self-esteem so low to the point where I would allow people to abuse me. Like, I knew I was getting abused, but my worth was so low that I kind of just let it happen, because I genuinely thought that I couldn't have more, right? And so that's in a relationship aspect, but it's in every aspect. I mean, I used to be big broke. Like, I used to be broke. Like, I used to have a terrible relationship with money. I used to have very poor mental health and high anxiety. What I'm saying is that my state of being, in a former state of being, was that of immense lack and scarcity and poverty and self-loathing and hatred, and it was really terrible. And then thankfully I've had different triggers on my journey, my spiritual journey, spiritual awakening, what have you, whatever you want to call it, that triggered me to have an idea of like, wait, maybe I don't have to be like this. And even though I didn't know how I was going to get out of those older state of beings that I used to be in, I allowed myself to be curious and explore. And so with me being here, I've never had this much self-esteem, this much love for myself, this much fulfillment in my life, you know? And so for me to have manifested this home is a whole testimony. Like, it's a whole testimony. And then on top of that, I was on this entrepreneurship journey that wasn't working, and I didn't have any support from the people around me. And on top of not having support from the people around me, the people around me would go out of their way to say things that were so negative towards my journey and what I was doing. And I had to really learn how to believe in myself. And even though I didn't know how things was gonna happen, I decided to take actions, consistent actions. These actions sometimes were tangible. Maybe I did have to go pick up a shift or a job or a little gig on the side. But a lot of times, most of the times, these actions were all vibrational. I chose to get up every day and do my mindfulness because I knew that even in the state of being that I was in, with me not seeing things in my physical 3D reality taking shape, I knew that by me doing my part for my internal state of being, that eventually, and I didn't know when, but eventually things will start to show me the work that I was doing on myself, right? And so I'm saying that to say that these steps here, when you do them and you believe in them to the point where that belief becomes a knowing, it works. Because truthfully, we're all manifestors, right? But are we intentional, actionable, powerful manifestors that utilize our power, but we utilize the power by unblocking the power, unleashing the power from our subconscious and from everything around us that we've known up until this point. So let's get into the steps. Back to the point. Let's get into the rest of the steps that's going to allow us to get to that nitty-gritty, really dive into that mindfulness, transforming our internal state of being. Because truthfully, everything happens internally first. And if you guys want, I will definitely create a video of how I tangibly prepared myself for this move. But I think it's first important to really speak about how I spiritually, vibrationally, energetically prepared myself to be here. What we're going to do and the actions we're going to take on this journey is going to be consistent, routine, self-love indulgence. And this is going to be an everyday thing, daily. The self-love indulgence is going to be both vibrational and energetic and physical, right? We are going to pour so much, as much energy into ourselves consistently on a daily basis as we possibly can, from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep. This is what we're going to do after we script the home that we want in present tense, right? As if we're already living there, or you could even do past tense. That's a cheat code right there, but you catch my drift. We're going to get that on paper. So now we have a tangible list of things that we desire, right? We know what we're working towards, right? And it's okay if you want to, down the line of you doing this mindfulness, tweak that script and you want to re-script it to something that may have become more in alignment. That's valid too, right? But we're going to start with our first script of our new home. After we do this, we are going to commit ourselves, and this is an indefinite commitment. Hey Siri, turn off the alarm. But we're going to commit ourselves, and this is an indefinite commitment to our self-love, right? This is going to be through mindfulness and actual physical self-care, really indulging in self-care, whatever that is for you, right? And first thing that we're going to do is allot 10 minutes a day. And this 10 minutes eventually will grow, but we will listen to our bodies that will let us know that, okay, it's time to increase the duration of this mindfulness, right? Every day for 10 minutes. If you have to wake up a few minutes earlier to get this done, do it. If you have a lot of people in your background, you gotta lock yourself in a bathroom for 10 minutes, do what you have to do, okay? And take it seriously. Do what you can where you're at with what you have. Don't make any excuses, okay? Do what you can where you're at. There was times where I was in my previous home and I had to lock myself in my little tiny room. I would put a sign on my door that says mindfulness, meditation, blah, 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 so people wouldn't disturb me during this time. I had to do what I had to do. First, we're going to have affirmations that we recite. And you know what? It's coming to me now. In the description, I'm going to have a link to my website, and then you can go ahead and download a free copy of affirmations to manifest a new home. I'm going to have that down in the description if that's something that you're interested in. And we're going to recite these affirmations every day. The reason that it's important to recite these affirmations and they don't necessarily have to be the ones I send you or that you download from my website, but that is just the starter point, right? You can create your own affirmation. The reason that we're going to be steadfast and say these affirmations every day, 3 times a day if you can, but at minimum every day from the moment you wake up, right? Maybe you can do your hygiene, brush your teeth, wash your face, whatever you do. Before you start your day, before you start responding back to text messages, in this 10-minute allotment, 15 minutes if you can, but in this 10-minute allotment for your mindfulness, what we're going to do is our affirmations. When we speak, energy moves for us to give us evidence of what we're saying to be true. So with consistent affirmations of the state of being that you know for yourself is yours at whatever time frame that it happens for you, consistently reciting those affirmations is consistently putting out into the universe what you're saying. Your universe around you is going to start showing you evidence of what you're seeing to be true. Now, the thing with affirmations, you're going to say these affirmations to the best of your ability, like you know it's happening now, that you know you're living in it now, and you're not going to start looking for it in your tangible 3D state of being. No, because that puts you in an energy of scarcity, right? You're going to say it like you know it, and then you're going to do your part. And your part is what we're talking about today, the mindfulness, the self-care, which we haven't gotten into yet, right? You're going to say it like you know it, you're going to do your part, and you're not going to look for it, because the gag is everything is going to happen, the changes are going to happen all internal first before you see anything in your physical reality anyway, right? So don't look for the affirmations, say it like you know it, okay?